live at the NFL Stadium.
Good evening. We're back in the community of Dennery, nestled on the east coast of St. Lucia. And if last weekend's round of matches in the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League is any indication, then tonight's fixtures promises the same level of intrigue, if not more. Last evening, heavy favorites Leclerc were downed for the second time in as many attempts. Tonight, the other title contenders, Grosile, who took the scalp of Leclerc on match day one, seek to not fall on the same sword against Deriso. After which, a mouth-watering tie, the Battle of the Old Forts. V4 North does battle against V4 South. I am Elijah Williams, and joining me, my trusty comrade, the critic, Tennis in Glasgow.
Welcome once again, folks. We are actually live and in living color. As Eli mentioned, we are in the fishing village of Dennery, and the matchup before us today is Deriso taking on tournament favorites, Grosile.
The game, of course, just a few minutes into play. Just to give you guys some team information. Grosile are donned in the purple and green strip, and Deriso in the green strip. For Deriso in goal, number 1, Dante Saul. Number 6, Larry Wilson. Number 4, Anselm Anthony. Number 3, Davel Edward. Number 13, Kelly Samuel. Number 15, Kias Serrier. Number 9, Ahmed Francis. Number 12, Gavin Kistner. Number 17, Joseph Mangal. Number 5, Brad Bideau. And number 10, Stevie Henry. Grosile in goal, Giovanni de Turville. Number 5, Sebastian Rebo. Number 12, O'Neill Toussaint. Number 3, Stanley Cherry. Number 4, Tai Peter. Number 17, Aramis Gilbert. Number 22, Melvin Aurelia. Number 20, Tony Simon. Number 9, Troy Greenidge. Number 21, Baggio Edward. And number 14, Aaron Richard.
Indeed, Eli, very keen contest so far. I mean, the teams are basically trying to find their way in the first half. And it only tells you, the topography of football to a certain extent. Of course, we have Gosley as one of the favorites, but of course, the game still has to be played to get a result. But thus far, you could see both teams just basically trying to find their way in the first half. Gosley having the better of the exchange so far, whilst we see the Deriso team, just trying to keep a low line and, of course, keep their shape defensively.
Well, as we indicated earlier, Grosile would be one of the heavy favorites coming into this tournament. And they're seeking to keep their winning streak going. Winning on the first match day against arch rivals Leclerc. They've become the arch rivals. Up until that time, Leclerc had only lost to Grosile within the last 2 years. Of course, last night, that picture has changed. But Grosile is looking to now cement themselves at the top of the SPFL table by making it 2 wins from 2.
Yeah, they should carry on in that vein because winning becomes a habit, and of course, if you look at the layout of the Gozile team, so success has certainly breed between that team, and they're only missing Eve because of the red card situation. He's a talismanic leader to a certain extent in midfield, but this Gozile team, like you mentioned, they're favorites, and as the game progresses, you should see them finding their way. But there's a telling pass there from Deriso, guarded by the goalkeeper. But there again, you see signs where they show some signs of encouragement by Deriso. But Deriso would have to work really hard from both ends of the pitch, Eli. That would be defensively and offensively to shut down this Gozile team.
Yeah, definitely. But they're having a little bit of joy right now. Critic attacking from the left side, but that was easily dealt with by the Grosile defense. So it's a throw-in to Deriso off of their left flank, and they'll be trying to make inroads. Tried to make a pass over the top a while ago. The attacker just really could not deal with it. But so far, encouraging for Deriso. You would think that they would probably have wanted to just only sit back in this game, but they're showing some signs early on that they have some ambition.
Of course, they're a young bunch, and of course, with youth, you have enthusiasm as well. So definitely, they would take their chances. Remember, you're playing on a really good surface, a very clean surface, which is artificial, and the ball could do its stuff. Early on, we had some showers. The players who welcome that as well, bring a little bit of slickness into the surface. So, like you say, they have to make those moments count. For example, I don't expect them, to totally open up grossly, but when you get those set play situations, you have to make it count because of your quality. Since you don't have the quality per se in personnel, but set plays are a major factor when it comes to football. And should Deriso use those set plays carefully, it could capitalize on those situations.
Yeah, at the moment, Deriso can't seem to get out of their defensive third. So
That would be
that's
Grozile.
Grozile, sorry. But Deriso enjoying a little bit of the football, but foul there, foul committed. So ball turned over to Grozile, and they will try to launch their attack from the back. Sebastian Rebo on the ball.
They're a good passing team in Grozile, especially coming out of their half, and you could see the press being executed, sort of like a mid press by the Deriso team. As a matter of fact, they just took this one in, and they have possession right now. Here we see Brad Bido trying to back heel to a certain extent, but not coming off. But you could see the intent, as like you mentioned early. They're going to take their chances. They're going to make it a little difficult for Gozili. You know how this game goes, right? It was all about momentum, all about swing. I think whichever one will get the first goal, you will see probably a different um, change of attack or some little twitch here and there. But clearly, you could see the efforts of the Deriso team trying to make it as hard as possible early on in the encounter.
Well, Grozile now, has a thriving league critic, which would help them tremendously in terms of honing the skill set of their players. And I remember us, talking to the coach of Miku, Alan Posh Providence, and he indicated that he had also lost a couple of his players to Deriso. So I don't think they will be short on confidence. Um, maybe along the lines of ability and reputation, Grosile will definitely probably have the nod there. But I don't think this Deriso squad is going to roll over and die by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see it at all because I mean they're in development, like you mentioned. They have some core players which they took across from Miku, but certainly I don't want to see them fall. I want to see a real stern test by both teams. I mean, Gozile, they're just coming off a win against Leclerc team, which is highly fancied as well. They already have 3 points on the table. What we want to see is some major upset, if you ask me, to a certain extent. But overall, total football by both teams. That would what I would want to see.
And I must say, critic, we've been pleasantly surprised, if you want to call it that, in terms of the attendance by the fan base. Last night we had a decent crowd as well. We seem to have quite a bit of traveling support for the SPFL matches, which bodes well for the league. There's been a lot of interest in the league, and this evening, very early on, we can see the patrons already piling in. Particularly, I would expect later we would have a packed house when Vieux-Fort North takes on Vieux-Fort South.
And also, remember, Eli, this is the first for St. Lucia. This is the first instance of the semi-pro league. But then again, whenever football is organized, persons will always make the trip. Remember, it is community-based. So of course, we want to support your community as well. So I'm not surprised that persons are following because St. Lucians really like football. And like once it's organized, you will see persons come out and support. And you mentioned the V4 derby to come later. That should be a treat in itself. But I got in very early, Eli, and I could see the readiness of both teams in terms of their preparation and how they settle in. That's another key factor, that plays a part in ensuring that your team, is ready for match day.
Yeah, and Grosile now the recipient of a corner. They made some inroads, got into the penalty area of Deriso there. Not the best corner. You want to make sure that you get past the first man at least. I think just probably a miskick there by the Grosile player. We'll want to do better the next time. I can see him chastising his own self.
Yeah. That's why I told you. Because not every time you're going to get a goal from open play. So this is why set pieces are supposed to be taken more serious, because if you cannot score in regulation or in open play, definitely you have to get those set plays in order. Like you just mentioned, he couldn't beat the first post, but that is needed. That is needed. We could still see a tussle between the two teams trying to get domination in midfield. And as it often said, this is where the game is won or lost. If you have a good function in midfield, definitely you'll get balls into the final third of the field. But you could see the teams now still jostling and seeing which team is going to dominate. And I really try to see the the Deriso team now trying to go over the press. Because if you could realize, you could see that the Gozile, sorry, the Deriso team trying to go over the press, because the Gozile team is so in their ways, and have making it so difficult for Deriso to make passes. You saw a ball now trying to go over that press to see how they can make some inroads.
Yeah, it's as you mentioned a little earlier on, though, Grosile might be missing the influence of even midfield, but nice little through pass there, dealt with by Deriso. But you can see the intention
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
of Grosile. They probably a little bit slicker in terms of their passing and progressing the ball up the pitch. With them, there's no need to go over the top into foreign into the box again, but again dealt with by Deriso pretty well. Foul there on the number 5.
That's Rebo.
And
And again, too, if you're tracking a player all the way into his half, there's no need to foul. Basically, he's not dangerous there. So basically, what Rebo had to do was just ensure he's in front of him and just hold his ground. But he nicked him, and the foul was given or awarded to the Deriso team. So again, you still see it being a high charge game in midfield, because the domination by both teams. They want to set the gauntlet down in midfield to ensure that those passes will come for every single situation on the right side for
Grosile is breaking on
Gozile.
them.
They seem to be a team that is bent on wing play, and is still trying to make his way. And I think there's a foul indication by the AR1 calling the referee across. But again, you could see the strength of the Gozile team. It lies solely on the wings, either left or right flank. They want to put that ball through and, of course, get a cutback situation where Troy Greenidge or one of those attackers in the middle or up front could slot home.
Yeah, free kick in a dangerous position off of the right flank for Grosile. Just as good as a corner, if you ask me. Let's see if they can do better in terms of the delivery into the box. Last time around from the corner kick, not getting past the first man. Let's see if they can get it up and over the wall and into a dangerous area.
Yeah, my youth. Yeah, of course, the situation again, a better free kick to a certain extent, but I would expect that ball to come across with a little more velocity, a little more pace. So a little nick here or there could trouble the defense or even the goalkeeper in Deriso. So they need to work on those set plays. This is about the second situation right in this little area. I hear they get another corner. Let's see if they can do a better one with this one.
Ball comes all the way across. No danger there. And played all the way back from a corner. But you can see the Deriso team, they're coming out and pressing Grosile, not allowing them to get too comfortable on the ball. Definitely not demonstrating any fear of this Grosile
Mm-hmm,
outfit, even
mm-hmm,
though they come in with a superior reputation. And I think that's part of what the SPFL brings to the table. These teams are very well prepared. They've been in training. They have the support of their community. They have the support of their parliamentary representatives. Their coaching staff is very well organized, and you can actually see the tangible benefits of that, particularly now as we into the third round of match weekends. You
mm-hmm.
can actually see teams really taking shape and coming into their own.
Also, what I've noticed too is if the SPFL, we mentioned earlier that, of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. There's so much happening in terms of getting footage of the SPFL. Coaches themselves have gone into scouting as well, Eli. Loads of coaches come around and ensure that they take those mental notes to pass on information to their teams. And clearly you could see it. You could see what the Deriso team is doing, making it very difficult for Goza to settle down. Gosling themselves now need to just continue to play their style of football. Don't buy into what Just keep your rhythm, keep your instructions, and see how best you could progress. But so far, so good for the Deriso team. I've been impressed.
Goalkeeper there with just a little bit of a bobble of the ball, but No price to pay for that.
I tell you what, if you listen to the fans, you know the fans basically don't want to see any mistake by any given team. Because there's some folks actually moaning if the player just misses a pass or a situation. The reaction from the crowd is is unbelievable because that only shows you the passion and the support for the various community teams.
Interestingly enough, with this Deriso squad, um, in terms of their team information, they have Brad Bido playing in a center forward role, but they've indicated that he usually plays in central defense.
Mhm.
And I could recall us having a conversation about, players and their positions for various teams. Um, and here we have another example of that. I don't know if it's as a result of just the level of versatility of the players, that they can play in multiple positions, or if it is a scenario where some of these teams are short of players in key positions.
I think it's a situation where Brad Bido, he's very versatile. As a matter of fact, Brad could basically play any position on the pitch. So basically, what is done if Brad is that they sort of using him like a utility knife kind of situation, like missed chance there by Troy, have to get more purchase on that ball. That's he would want to go back on it. But just getting back into Brad Bido, he's more like a utility knife player. He can be used in any situation. What I've seen so far, he's been used as like a sort of a false nine situation. So another one in terms of quality. And like we just mentioned, some communities are short on players that they want to have in certain positions, and sometimes you have to use this
Rosile
situation to
with a shot on
use those
goal
players.
there.
Then you have another situation where Troy Greenwich again get into the area, but not able to compose himself and having enough pace or hit that ball properly to get past the goalkeeper. But you could see Rosile are starting to make some inroads into the attack, and there is so need to be mindful of the situation.
Well, you mentioned Troy Guinness. He's the team captain for Grosile on this occasion. I believe he was the captain
Mm-hmm.
in the last encounter,
In the
but
first
him
match
being
day,
out
yeah.
of the red card. And his alias is Goal Machine, former
Well,
national player. He's played at all levels,
yeah, yeah.
and his current club is Moshi United FC. So Grosile definitely looking to see if the point of attack can go for Troy Greenwich.
Yeah, he's the main man up top. He has scored a lot of goals for goals. They're too like a deaf announcement, too numerous to mention. Well, he can score goals, but he has gotten two chances, and of course he has missed them. He's basically put foot on them, but not able to hit as much as he wants. But that's gonna play on his mind a bit. But you should keep on striking because it is one thing, Eli. If you don't keep on striking, you're not going to score. Every striker in football certainly misses chances, but you have to move on from that and see how you could capitalize on that. But meanwhile, possession remains with Gozley. They're shutting their stuff in their own half. Again, they're progressing to the half line. Wing flank play again. Let's see what they're going to get from it. But again, you could see the marking and tracking of the Deriso team, and they rewarded it for throw in. And one time you could see they recovered one time. So this Deriso team certainly has the functionality working so far. And based on instructions given from the coaches, you could say it's working to plan.
Yes.
They're on the back foot, yes, but they're making the interceptions. They're not backing down. It's
And
an
there you see
interesting
them getting
situation, Eli.
behind the
Let's see what
Grosile
comes out of this
defense.
one. Should have done better this time because if you realize, Eli, with often say when you get to the byline, you look up and you look
Yes.
for the penalty spot area to see what's been troubling in this area. But sort of like a feeble choice of pass. I'm not getting much from it, but they got to get a corner.
I think he had some more time on the ball
He
than
did,
he
yes, he did.
probably thought he had.
Yes, he
You know,
did.
he could have taken an additional touch and tried to put the ball in a telling area. It looked like his mindset was just simply to get the ball
Mhm.
across by any means necessary. But definitely an opportunity that he would have wanted to have done better with that ball coming across now from the corner, overshooting everybody, but still in play by Deriso.
Yeah, he tried to take on his man, which is not bad at all. Of course, you have to ensure you put in some skill into play. Some of his teammates got a little frustrated by him keeping onto that ball for too long. But as anything else, the youngster tried something, and now they're awarded. What is it? A throw in?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a throw in. Let's see what they're gonna come only for a long throw. And we see Brad Below, a little holder play right there. Probably might
Well,
looking for a corner or so, but the ball coming into the box area.
well, that's the number 9, Ahmed Francis, who was just on the ball there. As
Yeah,
Grosile now is breaking away.
yeah.
Referee says no foul there.
Continue possession. Again, you see how they recovered pretty nicely. That's the Deriso team when they're back in possession.
So far, I'd say Deriso is not doing too bad, you know. Another ball into the box over the top of the Grosile defense. And we kind of saw that a lot in the first game against Leclerc. Leclerc kept getting in behind, not making use of their chances. After Grosile scored that early goal, I believe it was Baggio Edward, if my memory serves me correctly. Then we saw them make an adjustment in the second half and sort of drop a little deeper with their line. Maybe they don't have that trepidation against this Deriso outfit, but Deriso has definitely shown the propensity to get that ball in behind that high line of Grosile. So there's been some warning signs so far by the Deriso team.
Yeah, it's all about levels and quality. Had the player had a little more quality, I probably could bring down that pass. It could have resulted in a shot on goal or an opportunity. But definitely they would be encouraged, knowing fully well that when they put that ball across or put that ball behind, that they can get some joy. And there also seems to be gathering a lot of support as well, Eli. You could hear the instructions from even supporters telling the players what to do. But of course, that never really manifests. Players have, you can't tell a player what to do basically from the outside. Players have their mindset and they really want to play in the game. And of course, Goose is trying their best. But very interesting enough, the ball has been goes into the half for quite some time. We see a run on the right side of attack for the Grizzly team, however. It's intercepted there by there is a good turn, youngster.
Wow.
Good turn, but not
Nice
able to
piece
make
of
that
skill
pass.
there, but not here.
Yeah. They're working hard. They're really, really working hard. They're really working hard, and that's what you want to see. A young team. Have you seen a youngster? Yeah, they're really working hard. There's a one touch pass into the area. There you go. Ball comes across. Good goal! Oh my goodness!
What a goal!
What a piece of goal there by Deriso. Total football by Deriso Eli. Going down the right flank. Brad Bido putting in that one-touch pass. No time to waste. Put that ball across. And a sort of a sneaky header there. The goalkeeper and defensive goal.
Going behind. Don't forget against Leclerc in their opening fixture, they won that fixture 1-0. So it's the first time they've conceded in this tournament. And obviously, as a result, first time they're going behind. Let's see how this Grosile team, how they're going to respond.
And it's also good for the semi-pro league. Of course, we mentioned that Grosile are one of the highly fancied teams. But if you have a team, of course, like Deriso, can peg them back a bit. This makes it more interesting. And there's a situation.
Deriso in the 28th minute.
Deriso at 6s and 7s at the back, but been able to fend this one off. And like I said earlier, this is a good advert for the semi-pro league. That's what you want. You want situations, Eli. But even if a team is a top team, but a team can come in there and take their chances.
Well, that goal was scored by Joseph Mangal, number 17. He plays off of the left flank for Deriso. And like I said, I think they're worth it so far. They're worth their lead. Yes. Definitely gave some warning signals to Grosile, which they did not take heed of, and they paid the price. The good thing, though, for Grosile is that the game is still in the early throws, and there's enough time for them to regroup and try to get a foothold back in this game. But definitely, Deriso is not flattering to these seed. They did not come to play the occasion.
Not at all. Not at all. From the onset, they have always been, ensuring that Grosile don't find their way. And that goal in itself now is just added bonus for themselves to see how best they can manage the game right now in the first half. Often it is said that you have to, manage the minutes. For example, you have 90 minutes. So you play the game into 9-10, 9-10 to 90. So you manage that first half, and then you take more instructions and you continue for the second half. Let's see how it all pans out for them. But so far, I'm happy for the Deriso team.
Who's the supporter for Grosile there?
Eli, you have to listen to
the one for Deriso?
You have to listen to the fans' reaction.
Deriso
you're hearing the Deriso spectators shouting out, focus, 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 which is good. So it shows you the support that they're not just hearing numbers, but they're making themselves very vocal that the players can hear what they're saying. And that's the sort of atmosphere that you want when it comes to the semi-pro league.
Dangerous ball put in there by Grosley, but just overshooting
Too
everybody.
early for predictions.
Let me say good evening to Mr. Herman Edward. He hails from the community of Deriso, a very avid football supporter. He's here this evening with his wife,
Mm.
but he's celebrating a birthday on Monday, critic.
Okay.
So let me just give him a shout out on the live feed.
And also, in doing so, we have to shout out persons on the diaspora as well. I think I met some persons last night, and they were saying that they take in the games on a Saturday night. So all those persons who are based overseas, St. Lucians that is, whether you be St. Lucians or foreigners, once you're in the realm of what's happening, we want to say special good night to you, and of course ensure that you on a Saturday night that you take in the semi-pro league. It's a very exciting league. It's the first for St. Lucia. It's a situation where the government, of course, have invested a lot of funds into it, and it's bearing fruit. Eli, you have a situation now where youngsters look forward to practicing football, being part of football, and this can only get better because the more you practice, the better you get at it, and in itself, the league will grow.
Yeah, definitely. And now Grosley is trying to apply some more pressure to Deriso after going down. Then there's a ball that's flashing in and off the post, ricocheting, they're pinballing in the penalty area.
Try Greenwich again.
Football gods seem to be on the side of Deriso. That's why in this game.
Well, this is what you do. When this football is about working hard, and when you work hard, Eli, you get your reward. So clearly, you could see that Deriso have been putting in the effort. Not to say that Gozle haven't, but so far it is bouncing in the way in the fancy of the Deriso team.
Deriso again with a goal kick there. So a foul call there off on the Grosley player.
And you could have heard the referee basically explaining to the players what was the situation. So he said charging in the back. So again, that's good education for players as well, knowing fully well that you have an official who tells you exactly what it is. So in time to come, you learn from this. So we have a situation now. We have the goalkeeper Giovanni punting this one up, see if he can find his player upfield. But it's going to be crowded, most definitely. This is where the communication comes in. The central defender just bearing this one out, and his ball goes back in possession. It's a throw in actually to the Grizzly team.
Well, from the time of the goal, would it be fair to say that Grosley has sort of been more on the front foot just a little bit, and Deriso might be just a little bit more cautious?
Yes, because remember you now have a 1-0 lead, so you don't want to open up yourself. However, I think what's Grizzly's issue so far is that they're a little bit hasty in their passing. Should they settle down, especially in the final third or in the half of Deriso, take the time and put those passes together rather than try to force the issue. They can't open up this Deriso team because if there's anything else, they're a good team, but they need to be patient with the football to make some inroads. Yes, they're down one, but because they're down one, you have the situation where they're starting to become very, very nervy. There's an
Brad
interesting
Bido
pass there.
again
Yeah.
slotting in the
Audacious strike there by Brad Bido. He's very experienced, and they will like that. You could see the applause there by the fans and his teammates as well, because it's a situation you have to make situations out of situations. And this is a function of Brad Bido. He's up front there just to spoil whatever situation that the Grizzly team is trying to do, and he's encouraging his players as well. And even though he's too Eli, he doesn't hold on to the football. It's either a one-touch pass or a two-touch pass, and his players get into the area. Ball comes across. Here we see another opportunity there for Grizzly. Ball coming across. However, the attacker not able, Eli,
But you
to
can
put
feel
the
the tension from the
final
Grizzly fans.
final pass into it. Good square of the ball, but the touch and the scoring has eluded Grizzly so far.
yeah, Grosley definitely getting their shot count up, but the quality of shot we've not really seen that telling shot on goal as yet. There was this one shot on target earlier on in the encounter, but Grosley has not been able to make any sort of telling inroads in terms of shooting against the goalkeeper of Deriso. And let's just go back a little bit, critic. You were talking about Brad Bido and his touches on the ball. He and Ahmed Francis seem to be having a nice little bit of combination play just on that
the flank.
right flank
Mhm.
for Derry. So a lot of good things have come from the two of them combining off of that right flank.
There's a situation
You
there
see,
called
it's
offside.
offside.
But again, a good situation, like I mentioned earlier, they take the time and make passes. They can get opportunities. Interesting enough, you're going back to Brad Beadle. This is his function. This is his role, and players need to differentiate the two. But he's been doing really really good up front as a false nine, and the combination plays have been good. The main attack has been on the right flank, so it's up to Gosley now to figure out what is happening to them, how they can double up on Brad Beadle, or probably allow somebody else to take the reins of defending him. But they have to deal with the situation because any opportunity Brad Beadle gets, he's going to make that telling pass in the final third for his team.
But right now he's not playing out as a target man up front. He's sort of dropping in and making an additional midfielder, getting that ball in behind and slotting the wingers in behind. It's almost like there is are playing with wide forwards. We saw their left winger score that goal a while ago, and then look now we're looking at a
Good
switch
switch.
of flanks there.
Not bad at all. I think this Deriso team has been working and they've been training, and you can see what they're doing, Eli. This is a very interesting switch by the midfielder because the number 10 is always available, and even the left back is having problems dealing with him. What he does, Eli, is that when he gets that ball, he wastes no time with it. Clearly, he wants to put it across, and that's what's been happening.
And Rosalie again probing down the right flank, but just as I suspected, offside call there. Deriso would be very happy right now with what they're seeing from the team coach. Jakim George would be very pleased. I think if you had told him that into the first half they would be leading Grosley 1-0, and looking how they are looking in terms of an attacking threat, you would have probably snatched your hand off.
I don't know if you've realized as well, Eli.
It's another good ball in.
That's our goal score. Oh, some good skill there, some good trickery. Good pullback as well. Good
Oh,
save
what
there
a
by Giovanni.
save!
Good save by Giovanni. A good football all around by the Deriso team. Again, you could see the cutback situation on top of the box area. Number 17 just hitting that ball. That's number 12. Hitting that ball one time. But good save there by Giovanni. Again, you could see the intent, what they're trying to do. And the Deriso team, if you ask me, they have Gozile pegged back.
Yeah, that's Gavin Kistner there with that shot. And we spoke about Grosile getting the shot count up, but the quality of shots, Deriso, they've been having some pretty decent attempts, forcing a save out of Giovanni Di Turville there. And another ball coming in, that number 17 heading that ball back across.
I'll tell you what it is, it's all about composure right there in the air. If you look, Brad was right in the middle, he could just probably put on a correct turn or what, and just slip that ball in. But again, they're young, they'll learn. But so far, Deriso have nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, you come in as a tier one team, yes, you know what you're up against, but they have been having the better of the exchange.
But Grosile also have a good blend of youth and experience. The oldest player is 31 years old, but the average age of the team is just about 24 years. So you can see they have a good little blend of experience and youth, and it seems to be working in their favor right now.
Also, too, you'd have seen some of the players from the Deriso team already indicating to the official how much time is left, which is good, which is where time management comes in, Eli. It's very important. So basically, you send a message to your defense line saying, you know what, guys, you have 2 more minutes to defend this. Let's keep it together. And these are some of the instructions you want given out as the first half continues.
Another throw in by Grosile. Well, the referee apparently made an error there. It's a throw in for Deriso off of their left flank. And they're in no hurry, rightfully so. The half is winding down. They have the lead. It is really for Grosile to give the impetus in the game right now and try to force something. But you kind of suspect that Grosile right now will also be content by going in and just not conceding an additional goal. They were under the cosh just a little while ago, and they would probably want to be able to get in halftime and regroup.
Most definitely, it will be interesting to know what both camps, what instructions are going to be given to both camps. But clearly, if you are there, so you want to continue in that vein, you want to urge your players, you want to motivate your players to keep focused, and as the second half is, will be coming on. And meanwhile, when it comes to Gosley, you have to dish out some new instructions. Now that you've seen the first half and the sort of attack that there is so have been building, you have to tweak your formation and tweak some instructions to them as well as for how you're going to deal with the second half. But meantime, it's a free kick in favor of the Deriso team. They are deep to a certain extent in the half of the Grizzly team. So let's see what they can master up in terms of a free kick. We did mention how important set plays are. Are they going to go for the first post? Are they going to go for the second post? Or probably have somebody just nod it on? Let's see what trickery they can come with. But time management is critical with the lead that Deriso has right now.
I've been impressed with Deriso thus far, Critic. They started off the game sort of in a tussle, in a back and forth, absorbed a little bit of pressure from this Grizzly outfit. Had some telling attacks themselves, got the goal, absorbed a little bit of pressure again, and another telling ball in there.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all, Eli. A little more conviction. I think the number 12 was a little scared of the situation, but had he gone in there with a little more intent? Who knows? If I just got on,
That's Gavin Kistner.
if I just got on to the little end or toe of that free kick, who knows? Giovanni would be
Any deflection would have Giovanni sort of in a little bit of a spot of a bother because he had already made up his mind that he was coming to get that ball. So very difficult as a keeper to change your direction, you know, in the middle of your movement. So again, I was saying, you know, I've been relatively impressed by their, so they've been able to soak up pressure from Grozile and build their attacks. A little bit of skill there again. They really at points in this game have Grozile under pressure.
Indeed. And now you see the situation. You remember earlier I mentioned how Rebo just had to keep his man in front of him. He dealt with the situation perfectly. There is a situation, but the goalkeeper is going to gobble this one up.
A little bit of a miss kick there.
Yeah.
But a miss kick with enough height on it to allow his defenders to drop
recover,
back.
Yeah. So they'll take in a throw, but good recovery there from the Deriso team. The goalkeeper should have done better. I mean, if you're clearing, you clear to the sideline all the way up. He sort of just fumbled it a bit, but the defense were able to recover. So now they have to deal with this set play, this corner situation, as they keep on checking on the clock to know how close that first half is. End of that first half is. I don't see a signal from the kicker, so I'm thinking it's just going to be an ordinary kick into the area.
We're just about into the 44th minute of play. So any time now we should be seeing the fourth official putting the board up and indicating how much stoppage time is on.
Let me tell you, Eli, I like community football. You know, it's a feel that most probably our viewers can hear all what's happening around us. But you know, the fans are already putting pressure on the official. He's saying, you know, referee time is up. So that's what they want, you know. That's what they want. I think there's a tough tackle right there. You can hear some moaning from the Deriso youngster. Let's see if he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, Tonia Simon, I think, catching the Deriso player in a very awkward manner. It's Stevie Henry is the one for Deriso who's writhing in pain on the ground right now. I don't think there was any malice in the tackle. It was a genuine tackle trying to go for the ball. It just got caught in a very awkward area on the ankle, it looks like. Receiving a little bit of medical attention there.
Yeah, the medic will take care of it. Of course, there is the cold spray. There is the sponge. Whatever it is, you just need to get a little treatment. Remember these days, Eli, players, the shin guards are not like what we and I used to wear. It's a little piece of something.
Yeah,
it's a little something.
It's a shin pad. It's not a shin guard.
Yeah, it's a little something now. Even the socks, what they do, they cut the socks. They cut the socks now, Eli, and they wear sort of like a half socks and it. So not much protection these days. That's how it is. That's how it is played out. So, but he should be all right. I think he should be all right.
Our official there, Kevin Antoine, he's been having some pretty good games. As another ball comes in there,
not bad at all. Over good play by
Kistner again getting forward from the midfield. Right, But I was saying our official Kevin Antoine, I've been impressed with him as an official. He's been firm, but he's communicated very well with the players and been very decisive as the half comes to an end. There is so leading against one of the tournament favorites, Grosile, 1-0. That goal coming from the boot of Joseph Mangal, number 17.
I think a very good half there for the Deriso team. Like you mentioned earlier, if you had tell them that they would have been leading 1-0 in this encounter at halftime, they would certainly deal with it. But the entertainment segment is now on, so I guess we'll take a break, folks.
Take a break.
And we'll come back.
First half of the first game, when Deriso is leading the pack.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. And perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
And we're back for the second half, live action right here at the Dennery Field. Interesting enough, the Dennery Field is placed in the new field section, or the new field area in Dennery. So I want to call this the new field because the field is now new.
The new
Because
field
of
in
the,
Newfield.
yeah, because it's a new surface, new lighting and everything. So we are basically at the new field. So it is still poised at 1-0 in favor of the Deriso team. Deriso playing in the all green strip, and that would make Grozile in the purple and green sort of neon stripe to the side. Very interesting encounter so far. Of course, Eli mentioned that Grozile, one of the contenders for the semi-pro league. However, they have 3 points on the table already, but we've seen today that this Deriso team are not to be taken lightly. They are basically shutting their stuff and making it very difficult for the Grozile team.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that Deriso had the better opportunities in the first half. Maybe you might want to argue that Grozley had a little better of the play. But the thing about football is you need to bulge the old onion bag, as
That's
they
right.
say, you know.
That's right. What we can probably say too as well is that the Grozley team has had the bulk of the possession. However, the Deriso team has had more meaningful possession because
Correct.
they made it count. And of course, we often,
And a sub for
back,
the result
back
number
in the
10.
days, you'd hear the phrase
Stevie Henry out.
in local
And
parlance
number
say,
7 in.
we roll more ball than you. That's something
Right,
celebrations
Gasper.
used to say, you know. But like we want to say now, it's all about meaningful possession and making it count. And certainly, this is what the Deriso team has done. They have certainly make it count.
Well, coming into this encounter, Grozley would have been sitting third in the table in Tier 1. That 1-0 victory over La Clery, giving them a +1 goal difference. Of course, Central Castries would also have a +1 goal difference, but would have scored 2 goals in their opening fixture. And Denry, with that resounding 2-0 victory against Mabuya, would be at the top of the table. So as it stands, Grozley is not going to be making any inroads, but they would want to pick up at least a point to bring them back to the top of the table, if not all three.
That's right. And right now, we're taking a set play from the Grozile team on the right side of their attack. It's an outswinger, a little flat. You'd want a little more height on this one. These are so critical as well. When you get those opportunities, I've always told players that you have to make it count. I think you used the wrong technique there. A little more, getting under this one and making a little more height so somebody could get onto it. But Deriso will be happy about this. They can deal with it. And let's see how it all pans out for them.
Well, Deriso again starting to play out from the back. We saw some good play between Brad Bido and his number 9, Ahmed Francis, on the right flank. Let's see, this time they're attacking the seaside end, so let's see how they will fare in the second half. Maybe fitness might be something that comes into play later on into the second half. Don't forget, these teams are both playing the second encounter of this league.
But so far, so good for Deriso. I think they have worked really hard in the first half. And let's see if the energy level can maintain its intensity throughout the second half, because it's really difficult to be chasing that football and be putting in that high press. So again, like you mentioned, let's see if they can maintain that cause. As we speak, we can see a little shower coming down, showers of blessings. That is, we could see the patrons seeking for cover. But they're going to be all right. I mean, they're going to be all right. We're in the dry season, so the rain is certainly welcome.
Well, the rain is just going to make this surface just a little more slick, Critic. So that'll probably make for better passing, if you want to say that. The ball is going to skid along the surface. It might also make for some defensive errors on the part of both teams. So let's see how that's going to play out, because it's not a heavy downpour. It's just a little bit of a drizzle,
To put a little shine on the surface. Not executed properly in terms of the corner, so it's a goal kick in favor of the Grozile team. They played short play from the back, as they normally do. Plays into midfield. Look further to the right flank, to the left flank, that is. That ball should be coming back to the middle. So again, we see Grozile still shutting their stuff. That's what they made of, playing definitely from the back and ensuring they keep possession of that football. Again,
what I've noted about this Deriso team on set plays, they tend to go for the back stick and if somebody trying to knock that ball back into the dangerous area.
Because they have a lot of probably a difference in height. They seem to be a taller team than the Deriso team, so they're employing that back stick and trying to get somebody get a shot or create a situation from this. But it also seems to be quite aware of it as well, so they're dealing with it too. So now we have a situation now.
That would be.
Goes there, yes. Yeah. So now it's upfield for Deriso. Ball goes out of touch. But the game in itself now, Eli, if you realize, we started to see a little cat and mouse in the second half because that goal is so precious for Deriso. They don't want to over-exploit themselves in attack. Don't want to throw too many individuals in attack. Meanwhile, you see the Grizzly team, once they get that interception, they retrieve that football. They want to have a full-out attack against Deriso. Ball switch to the right side. Not too much there. The defender should be able to deal with it. Look upfield.
Getting a little pressure there. Again, Deriso is very organized.
Good pass there by Brad.
This time to the left flank.
It's a foul right there. You can't overstretch like this. But again, you could see the tenacity and the desire of the Deriso team. The attacker finding himself all the way back and putting in that tackle. It is a foul. Now it goes
brandishing
into
the first yellow card of the game.
Yeah. It's a foul. A little too much on this one. But good turnout, Eli. I must mention. I think we mentioned it earlier, but certainly the numbers are growing and more persons are coming into the field. Good numbers.
Well, next up is the battle of the old forts, Vieux-Fort North and Vieux-Fort South. So I expect there to be a bumper crowd this evening here at the
looking forward to this one.
Good ball in there.
A little too flat if you ask me. Let's see if the goalkeeper can recover. The goalkeeper in himself, Eli, he has shown some shades of being very nervy. And again, I saw where you see Rebo being the one taking that free kick. But I was going to suggest, you're down one. Why not have a midfielder take that free kick
and
have the presence of Rebo?
It says a yellow card for number 17.
All is the situations that you have to take
There
note
is
of.
so.
And if you're hearing the crowd saying get back, actually this is the president of the Deriso Football League who are backing out instructions, asking his players to get back. So you can see how everybody is involved in the whole setup. Even the president, the fans, patrons, everybody wants to be a part of what's going on and ensuring that can we see a bit of history being made in the semi-pro league where Deriso getting the better of Rosile.
That person being the one in the person of Innocent Setage.
Yes, that is correct. Good clearance there by
living a little dangerously there. Deriso, but they seem to have dealt with it well and again in control. You can actually see the water slicking off the surface, as the ball rolls along there.
Good intent there by Deriso. A lot of one-touch passing. This is the sort of football that I like to see. Not every time that you have to control the football. But good intent there, broken up by Rebo. Now we see Rosile going towards the left side of the attack. And just one-touch pass back into the area. So they're going to rebuild. They're going to recycle. Try to find some spots. A soft spot, a long searching ball to the right side for Rosile. Again, the surface being wet. The winger not able to read the bounce and not even getting to control the football. And now it's a throw-in to Deriso. Eli, you see some situations, for example, we just in the start of the second half. Do you think that Deriso should start managing the clock from then?
I actually don't think they're trying to manage the clock. I think it's a scenario where they want Grizzly to come on to them and to see how they can counter-attack, if you want to call it that. But I don't see, because when they go forward, they tend to throw some numbers forward. So I don't think they're trying to manage the clock at this point in time. But it's not something that you can entirely rule out. like we said, coming into the encounter, Grosley was the favored team, or is the favored team,
Still is.
right? Still have what 40 odd minutes to go,
A lot
you
of
know.
time.
So it's still a lot of time for Grosley to turn this thing around. So I think Deriso would be pretty cautious right now. They would be thinking, you know, let's firstly protect what we have, and then look to see if we can add to it.
Good possession there by Grizzly. Go towards the left side now. Look up field. Put in a flat sort of cross. Of course, the defense of Deriso can't deal with it. There's another cross ball into the area. There you have it, yeah. So it goes. So Deriso basically dealing with every aspect of play into the area. The goalkeeper.
But I've noted with Grosley, we see in particular number 3, Stanley Sherry, the fullback, getting really high up the field. So that already demonstrates Grosley's intent, you know, to try and not just get the equalizer, but, you know, try to make something of this encounter and come out with all 3 points.
When the fullback gets into this area, it's sort of like an overload. So you have an extra man in attack. So this is something that they seem to have spoken about during the break. And as you mentioned, it's something to look forward to, because when wing backs find the way up front, when wing backs find the way, it's an added feature of the attack. This one is on the left side, a little too far fetched. You know, again we mentioned a little hastiness of the Grizzly team. I think they can keep that football a little more, Eli, rather than look for those 60 yards and 40-yard passes, crossfield passes. But keep that football and see how best you can make some inward passes to the box area of the Deriso team.
And Deriso on the ball again. And they too, you know, trying to get the ball forward as much as possible, not lingering around in the back and playing the ball around in the back and inviting too much pressure on them. When they get that ball, it's forward that they're looking to go. As we see Sebastian Rebo once again on the ball, trying to dictate play from the back. He's sort of like a little bit of a playmaking defender, if you want to call it that.
I think the situation with Rebo, you know, often you see center backs try to make some in-way and come on to make those passes. But I'm thinking the interesting personnel who should be making those passes is Aramis. Aramis, I think he wears Aramis Gilbert. He wears number 12. I think what you should have seen is that Aramis drop back from midfield, take that ball off Rebo, and he be the one to make those inward passes going forward. But to have the center back come all the way up and try to make those passes it's going to be very, very, very difficult, because I mean, you're built as a center back, so your passing skill is not as a midfielder. I think the Grizzly team should start to use the midfield, engage the midfield some more, and you could see some passes being made to the striking department.
Well, again, because it's got the better of Rebo there, that's not the norm. He normally wins those aerial duels. But again, we see Deriso. That one just runs out of play. Again, you know, a little slick surface with the couple of showers that have come down. But I would say normally Sebastian Rebo very sure in the air, and he just lost out there a minute there ago. Grosley didn't suffer any consequences for that, but we'll keep an eye on that, because Grosley are playing a pretty high line, and as we indicated, their fullbacks as well pushing very high up. So let's see, he's going to be left exposed from time to time, and there bombs on number 3 again. And there you see the passing range of Sebastian Rebo.
Yes, that is better, because it is made to the flank, so he's more able to deliver. But a while ago, he was trying to get this ball from his area, playing it in the field. That's going to be a bit difficult, because there's so many legs in midfield, Eli.
That straight ball.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult, because that is why you need the midfielder to take that ball from one part of the field into the other. But to the flank, it should be easy for him, because he has the range for that. Good skill there. Good skill. Unlucky.
Unfortunately, he ran out of play.
Yeah, he ran out of real estate. But good skill there by the number 13. Again, a good display by the Deriso team. Nothing to be ashamed of. You're leading 1-0, and they're not phased. They continue to mount attack after attack. Here's a ball into the area. Tap in there for Troy Greenidge. Ball coming across. we did mention earlier that he would get one in. The ball just came into the area, and basically the defense of the Deriso team were caught flat. And not everybody was basically watching at one another.
They would probably be pretty disappointed with themselves. We've seen them deal with a lot better throughout the course of the game. And that was a simple cutback that should have been dealt with, but it was not. And when you have somebody in the name Goal Machine, probing the area, you definitely want to keep an eye on him, and that was not the case with Deriso. So Deriso would be pretty disappointed with the manner in which they've conceded that goal.
I think it is a situation where they were caught ball watching, and in this instance, on the slick surface, you don't want to be caught ball watching. Somebody had to take control of the defense. Probably the central defender had to get on and ensure that he have the whereabouts of Troy Greenwich and deal with that ball coming across the area.
Deriso now will feel like they have the impetus to go on and probably try to win this game. Let's see how Deriso will respond, because they've absorbed pressure from Grosley on occasion in this game. As we see them, it's a meek attempt.
Yeah, Brad should have done better. I think they were still an instance where there should have been one more pass, especially to the right side. But let's see how they respond, because they were certainly shell-shocked by that goal there. Even the fans as well. If you look at the crowd reaction, there was basically no reaction. Everybody was just, at standstill when that goal scored. So it was a quiet moment for everybody, but a good moment for Grosley.
Yeah, I believe even the Grosley supporters were surprised at how simple that tap-in was.
Yeah. But as anything else, this is what we came to see. We came to see goals, and this game certainly has lived up to the expectation.
So there's a goal for Grosley.
The fan base definitely making this a lime critic. Could see people coming out in
Number
groups
9, Troy Greenwich in the 61st minute.
Yes, definitely persons, they're hearing that there is a football in there and they're taking it in. I can see a lot of foreigners to a certain extent, they
So the
probably
scores are level 1-1.
Foreign to Denry.
Yeah. They're taking in some football action, and it's good. So it's a sort of memories to go back home with and say, well, you know what? I was at the SPFL in St. Lucia.
The Deriso fans don't get quiet, man.
Everybody has their cameras these days, or their phones, basically. And, you can have some footage as well to take home, Show your friends, or you could post on your social platforms. We do have ours as well. So it's all well and good. And, the good thing about it too, Eli, is that here's a situation. I think the Deriso has gone a little flat. They're not aware of what's happening. So they need to get back on a little show more focus in the game.
Number 18.
I think so far Deriso has sort of looked to settle down in this encounter. See some decent control there. Deriso, from my perspective, has seemed to settle down after conceding that goal and trying to get back into the swing of the game. Let's see how they will fare, because Grosley now making some inroads there. Flank play again, ball coming across. This time it was dealt with.
And they seem better prepared. This is what they should have done initially when that goal scored against them. But now they seem to have reset that defense a bit and were able to deal with that cutback.
But that cutback was hit with a little more venom than what they conceded off of, which kind of underscores why they would be very disappointed.
But they keep on fighting, and this is what you want. You haven't seen the Deriso team back down. They still have a little more desire. So probably, Eli, you look for some telling changes, because some players definitely have tired a bit. So you want to see, what your substitutes can muster up.
And we see immediately the fullback for Grosley not being as adventurous as he was just 5 minutes ago. With that equalizer coming, they're looking to settle back down into their original game plan and see if they could take the game to this Deriso outfit.
Yeah, also too, probably as they just scored, he may have just received some instructions to measure his foray up and down the flank, because you don't want a situation where they just scored. Often that when teams are just scored upon, Eli, they become very soft.
You're vulnerable.
So let's see that, instructions came in that to whole slate and see how best they can continue to score, or or get back on the score sheet and take the lead.
Rosalie now being a little more patient with their build-up, not probing the same manner. And a needless giveaway there.
Yeah, I think
Trying to switch the flanks and
always,
that ball skittling out of play.
yeah, it's very difficult when you see wing back to wing back make a switch. You have to play this ball for your centre back or for your midfielder. A little adventurous there and not being successful in that pass. But again, we mentioned earlier, I don't think Deriso would be disappointed at all. They would be disappointed, yes, that goal scored on them, but to be in the contest, in the second half, and you still have situations to deal with where you took the lead. So, they
not just in the contest, but threatening as
there
well.
You go. They played all right. They played all right. I must say, I've been impressed with the Deriso team, whilst the Grosley team would have to, work on something, work on that goal they just scored. But meanwhile, we still see some desire from
a giveaway there
from Deriso.
So recovered very well, and some skill on the ball there as well.
Some good skill there.
Joseph Mangal, number 17 for Deriso. They seem to be looking for him quite a bit. He was the goal scorer for them in the first half. I think he's also been the one that was booked earlier on as well. So very much in the heart of the play there right now. A shot on goal there. That's wide of the mark. That shot coming in by Gavin Kistner. We've seen him as well in the mix. He's been getting forward a little bit, and this time he tried his foot.
He's a very skillful player. I remember him as a youngster. He's a very, very skillful player. One, if given an opportunity, can make something out of something, Ball back in possession to Deriso. But quickly out of play, and the possession, of course, back to Deriso. A little infield play right there. Aramis searching for the throwing ball. That should be offside. Good defensive group work by Deriso. Certainly for having Troy Greenwich caught offside. So they continue.
Well, this Grosley team has a lot of recognizable names as we see that left-footed effort there.
My Brad. Good effort. So he's not a natural left footer, but at least he tried it. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, you only could score by making opportunity or trying something, trying a shot. Not his favorite foot, but however, still able to try some good defensive recovery there by the Deriso team. If there's one thing we can say, Eli, is that the back four for the Deriso team, they've been working all night. Yes, they got a situation where they cut back and they scored on them, but they've never stopped. They're still trying to maintain and make it hard for the Grosley team. So efforts and applause. Efforts and applause must go out to the back four for the Deriso team. But I know they will be very, very disappointed that goal score on them. But let's see, it's a corner now in favor of Grosley. Right footer in swinger. Good save there by the youngster. And that ball should be
not only have the back line of Deriso been very organized, they've also been very composed because they get the ball out from the back. And as I say that, the commentators curse, they cough the ball up in a dangerous position, and
Troy Greenwich trying a spectacular, not getting enough on it. Good ball.
He had a little bit more time there than I think he realized.
I think he wanted a highlight reel. But
well, at the rate the highlight reels have been going off of the SPFL's YouTube channel, you would think that he would want to get his chance to get on there as well. There's been some reels on there that's been going viral. And
also, too, patrons, they're taking their own footage and pin up as well I remember last weekend when Emery, who threw that penalty for Senor Castries, and in no matter of time, it was making the rounds on social media as well. So this is something the SPFL brings in as well, how players have their supporters on the outside, the banter on Facebook, whatever. So everybody is part and parcel of what's happening in real time. So it's all well and good.
I believe Deriso has a free kick here on the right flank.
So Eli, you want that ball now dropping towards the penalty spot with a little pace on it?
Well, they've been going to the back stick. Let's see how they will play this one. And this one is a little bit flat. Not getting past the first man.
Good recovery there by Deriso, a punt up field.
And immediately on the attack.
Yeah.
There was a foul on Troy Greenwich there, but the referee playing the advantage there.
Yes.
And then the other attacker for Grosley losing out there. You could hear one of the supporters, Chad Daisy, somebody who's on the executive of the Grosley Football League, you know, appealing to the referee, but his appeals falling on deaf ears.
Very much so. So it's a throw in now to Deriso on the far side. Seems to be going to be a long throw. Let's see what comes out of this one. A good bit of skill there, but not enough room to execute what he wanted to do.
But this game has not been shot on excitement, critic. It's not been shot on skill. It's not been shot on tactical nous. And coming into this game, I think quite a few people may have felt that, you know, this one is in the bag for Grosley, but it's not proved to be so, you know.
Not at all. And you can see it again. You can see Rebo now coming. He seems to be the one, like sort of like a quarterback, or in your field, a shooting guard, a point guard, a point guard. He seems to be the one trying to make those passes from the defense. There's a good switching ball, change of approach of attack.
You know, I did dabble in a little bit of football, you know, at some point in time. I was coached by Anthony Mishak Jabatis as well.
I remember you, especially in the commercial league. I know you did your stint, and you did a lot of damage in the commercial league. Not bad at all.
Nice ball in there,
that's milk for the cat for Giovanni. The ball plays out to the left side, yeah. No, I know they continue to work. They continue to work. Good stretching pass. Can he deal with it? Good control by the youngster. Good skill. Yeah. They continue to work very hard. When you have attackers falling back, Eli, they continue to work very hard, trying to make it very, very, very difficult for the Grosley team. And efforts must be given to the Deriso team. Like we mentioned, Grosley are one of the highly fancy teams. They're a big team in the tournament, and to be going toe to toe with them says a lot.
Well, Jalil Evans now, the young midfielder.
Oh my goodness! What a strike by Gilbert! What a strike by Gilbert! I don't even think if he could have pinned the two goalkeepers in the area, that this one would have gone on. I think what he did, Eli, was basically not even look at the goal, just putting the ball in the air and hoping that something could happen. And it worked out in his favor. And the goalkeeper being caught out too much to the front goal of the area, but the ball in itself had a lot of swerve and dip, giving a lot of space, and thereby we're seeing Gilbert getting on the score sheet and making it 2-1 in favor of Grosley.
That's the nature of football for you. Deriso will probably be feeling a little deflated right now, because they've given a pretty good account of themselves. But they're left with all to do right now. Not saying that they are not able to do it, because they've definitely demonstrated their prowess in this game. But I think Grosley will be looking to settle in now, keep control of the ball. They are a good passing team, critic. and they would want to try to invite this Deriso team to come on to them.
Yeah, I think probably they would probably look for another goal as well, just to add a little insurance to the scoreline. Meanwhile,
And look at that! And look at this.
Call offside.
Offside.
Call offside. But interesting enough, the Deriso team not backing down, but Gozile they've taken the lead.
Grizzly in the lead.
You think Grosile probably feeling a little relieved, more so than confident that that is exactly what they would have come to do? I think they would be feeling a little relieved, the manner in which they've had to absorb pressure from this Deriso outfit from time to time during this match.
Yeah, I don't think there's a situation where they thought they would be under so much pressure, knowing fully well that they're up against Deriso. Yes, they're two tier 1 teams, but as anything, as you know, Gozile is a big team, a strong team, but
and look at that, this ball being nicked there.
But they've done well to come back. They've done well to come back from being 1-0 down. So again, new instructions would come from their outfit, knowing that they have taken the lead, and it's about about 20 more minutes to go in this game. Let's see how they can manage just 20 minutes, increase the lead, get some insurance. Meantime, other instructions are going to be coming out to the DX team, Deriso, to see if they could muster a draw in this one, because they have worked very, very hard and they will want to go for points.
What's going on?
Just about 14 minutes of regulation time plus stoppage time, so I would suggest you write saying about 20 minutes left
Intermission.
to go
Okay,
in this
that's
encounter. Still a lot of time. There's enough time for Grosile to make this scoreline look pretty good. There's enough time for Deriso to also come back into this encounter, as we see them trying to probe the right flank once again. That ball goes into touch. But Deriso really need to regroup. Grosile has been the team we've been seeing making more use of their substitutes bench, as I was just mentioning a little earlier on, where just before Aramis Gilmert struck that goal, is young Jalil Evans, under 16 national player, under 14 national player. He plays in the midfield.
Broke a lot of records as a youngster as well. Broke a lot of records as a youngster for St. Lucia and in domestic football as well. I know he had some exploits, I think, in one of the French territories, where either Guadeloupe or Martinique. But he's been a top player, so
goal scoring midfielder.
Oh yes. So interesting enough that they brought him on, and they're leading. Good spread of that football to the right side. Taking on two of these opponents, still able to keep possession of that football. The ball went out, and the AR2 is pointing in the direction of Deriso, and the ball is in Deriso possession. It's a goal kick in favor of Deriso right now.
Well, Coach Myron Louis for the Grosile team, he will also be relieved. At this point in time, Grosile would be sitting atop of the table in Tier 1 with a +2 goal difference, scoring 3 goals from their 2 games. And then we see Deriso is in behind.
Not enough men in attack. We look at all of them all the way to the back and just leaving it very thin in attack, and the defense of Grosile being able to mop up. So you see a little bit of space now, because now this is where the players become very tired. And this is where the fitness needs to kick in to avoid those sort of spaces. It's still to have your team in compact, both in defense and attack. But it's going to be stretched right now because those guys have run tirelessly so far throughout this encounter.
The crowd continuing to build nicely at the Dennery playing field, Critic, in anticipation of the Old Fort Derby.
Just want to shout out I think his name Cornelius Butcher. He played for Miku, Captain Miku as well. He's watching the stream. I think he's based out in the US. I think it's New York, I think he's based, but just messaged me to say that he's enjoying the game. So we have our fans and them who are enjoying the SPFL. Of course, persons know that, of course, when it comes to the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, no better viewing than to view some football from St. Lucia. Of course, it's the first in terms of the semi-pro league, and it can only get better because, that's what football does. The more you get at it, the more you stay at it, the more you see improvement. We've seen improvement in overall gameplay tonight from the opening match day. So clearly the teams have been in practice, and there's a massive improvement in what we've seen.
Yeah, and just if in case you missed it live, I mean, the matches are always there that you can go back and look at those matches, So, as a matter of fact, I think some of the teams have been using the live streams as an opportunity to scout, as we see Troy Greenwich trying to get in there.
Good hold the play by Troy. Aramis making his way into the box, trying to ding this one to the left side. Here's Troy Greenwich again. Good finish in there by Troy Greenwich. That is the insurance that we spoke of, that third goal, which is so vital. But again, you could see the hold-up play of Aramis drawing the defender and keeping that ball alive, putting that ball to the other side. Troy Greenwich getting himself back into the center area, keeping his composure, and just tucking it to the right side of the goalkeeper. So, good all-around play and good patience in attack by Grozili.
Well, the goal machine has notched 2 for the night.
Today, up the all in the stands there.
And this unity what we spoke about. Look how hard the Deriso team have worked. But again, Eli, I think it boils down to quality. They have nothing to be ashamed of. But it's just that the Deriso team are still, lacking that quality to see them through a whole 90 minutes and to deal with the quality of this Grizzly team.
Well, what I would say to that critic is that the scoreline does not tell the story of this match, because it's been a lot more competitive than the 3-1 scoreline suggests. As a matter of fact, Deriso would have notched the first goal in this encounter, and to be down by 2 goals now, just about 10 minutes left in this encounter, for them they will be definitely disappointed. I'll be looking keenly at their body language for the remainder of this game.
You can see the shoulders have dropped. But again, like I mentioned, Eli, you work so hard for the encounter, and you know what you're up against. It would have been very difficult for Deriso to sustain that pressure. Remember I said earlier in the broadcast that they would have to work very hard at both ends of the pitch. They got that first goal, but to deal with this quality that the Grizzly team possessed throughout would have been very, very difficult.
Yeah, definitely. They say the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, most definitely.
This is a scenario there where for Grizzly, they bring in that saying into fruition. Still some time left, and again, I will repeat, enough time for Deriso to maybe try to make a tense finish out of it, but also enough time for Grizzly to put some more gloss on their finish.
Yeah, right now what you're going to probably see now, we'll see Grizzly employ the possessive side of the game, just use the full length and width of the playing field, try to have those Deriso players come into position and just keep possession. They know they have this big lead already. Here's a ball searching. The goalkeeper should deal with this one. Again, new instructions coming from the bench for Grizzly to keep that football, whilst we see Deriso trying to see if they by some stretch of imagination to create a situation.
Wow.
There you see Troy Greenwich again getting an no ball in and trouble situation in the 6-yard area. He could have controlled that football, of course, and just take a stop at goal, but he opted to go with the route of the first touch and squandered the opportunity.
Well, right now it's one-way traffic for Grizzly critic. They're seeming to have their way, where this Deriso team was a lot more organized for the bulk of this match. Going past the 70th minute of play, they seem to have just lost their way a little bit, as you indicated a little while ago, shoulders dropping just a little bit after the concession of that second and then third goal. And now Grizzly are just pretty much making this a clinic.
Put on a show. Put on a show in terms of passing. He sort of missed this one. But
Trying to put that one in again.
But if you realize too, Eli, majority of the gameplay or the attack is on the right side for Grizzly. This is something clearly that the Deriso team did not, not ready for, probably didn't see. So the coaches need to make note of that as well. And also they become very thin. So which means that players have moved out of their positions. Hence why you see Troy Green just basically being unmarked in the area. So
Well, John,
see what they're trying to do, Eli. They're down. So they're trying to see if they could get back on to take the lead, but it doesn't work that way because when you open up yourself for this, what you basically do, you create more space for the Grizzly team, which they will deal with. So basically, Grizzly have been counterattacking that game and just putting the ball into slots and areas where they can finish.
well, the talisman Brad Bido has been substituted out of the game. Let's see how that will work out for Darius. Is it a situation where they probably just wrapping him up in cotton wool? Oh!
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Hitting the crossbar again. Composure and focus needed. That's happened basically. I guess he went in for a little more pace on this one and then hitting the upright.
At this point in time, I don't know that scoring a goal would help Darius' position, but it would probably help their confidence, knowing how they played for the bulk of this game. To score a second goal would probably reinvigorate them and lift their spirits and let them know that they have what it takes and they deserve to be here on this stage with this Grizzly team.
Yes, of course, you've lost the encounter, but you want to go home with some positives. Had they scored that goal, there would have been some positives, but there's still positives that they can take from that game. Remember, the game is 90 minutes, so if you're able to deal with the 45, you have to probably work on the other extension of the game where you have to, be compact, keep your defensive shape, make the timely substitutions, bring in the right personnel. There's a lot they can take from it. I'm hoping that the coaching staff have the notes and not get at the players, but work on those situations that they faltered. Meanwhile, Grizzly would be elated, having 6 points on the table right now and moving on in the competition.
6 points and +4 goals. That puts them firmly atop Tier 1 at this stage of the competition. As we mentioned, coming into this matchup, Grizzly, one of the tournament favorites.
Not bad at all. I think, and you could see the numbers certainly are coming up, Eli. Fans are making their way. Of course, persons opting to choose to stand rather than, use the bleachers. But the bleachers in itself have some persons as well. Remember, up next we have the V4 Derby, V4 North. We will take on V4 South. Teams are already in the preparation mode. They having the instructions been given out. So we're still going to be here for quite a bit at the Dennery playing field with more of the SPFL. And nothing to be disappointed. If you get a first encounter, Eli, with 5 goals, knowing fully well how the first half was. So there's a contrast between the two, but fans would be pleased, accepting the result.
Well, we've seen 5 goals, we've seen some fantastic shots, we've seen some bullet headers, we've seen some tap-ins, we've seen a hat-trick. It's been a pretty decent encounter in this semi-professional
Tomorrow, football action right here on the Dennery playing field.
More situations been created there from Darius, but not able to capitalize.
We are into the 91st minute of play, I believe. I've not seen any indication of stoppage time by the officials just yet. Okay, it's 3 minutes of stoppage time.
3 minutes of stoppage time, so let's see if Darius can muster something up. No.
With with 4 goals scored in the second half and the number of substitutions, I would have thought there would have been a little bit more than 3 minutes, but maybe the officials may be applying the mercy rule there for Deriso.
There's no mercy in senior football. You get mercy rules called, of course, in youth camps and kickabouts, but clearly in the SPFL there's no mercy. They often say if you want mercy, you have to go to church. Tomorrow is church, as a matter of fact. But the Grizzly team will be pleased. They will make the trip to the north of the island and just aim for recovery in the coming days and deliver the next encounter. Meanwhile, similar to Darius, deliver their recovery, back in train, back on the pitch to employ and see who's next and how they can deal with it.
Well, not to leave out our Seventh-day Adventist fans, today might be church as well. But it's definitely been a thrilling encounter. It's been good to watch some good football, very technical, very tactical. It's not been a dirty game by any stretch of the imagination. We've seen a couple of games that have been very physical. We've had a couple of mistimed tackles, but that's about it. The game has been played pretty neat, mostly all along the pitch. Not too many balls over the top or in the air. You know, both teams trying to play some really neat attacking football. As we see Grozile again trying to getting in, and that cut back. Jalil Evans was itching to get on the end of that one.
Yeah, again, you see the intent, go to the byline and cut back into the area. However, the defense of Darius have been able to deal with it, but clearly this is the modus operandi of the Grozile team. Go byline, get that ball across. I think, as a matter of fact, majority of all the goals was scored was basically by the static. Byline, cut back into the area, and get your shot on.
It's good to see Jalil Evans on the pitch because earlier on in his young career, he had suffered a very serious knee injury, you know, and took a little while for him to get back into the full swing of things. But he seems to have recovered from that. Advantage of being youthful, you know, you can recover from injuries a lot better, you know. But it's very good to see him there. And we've come to the end of the encounter. Referee Kevin Antoine blowing the final whistle. 4-1. Grozile over Deriso in the first encounter at the Denry playing field today, Saturday.
Yes, very good outing for both teams. I know Deriso is going to be disappointed. Nonetheless, they played well in the first half. A lot of things to work on to ensure that they repeat. And Grozile elated with the scoreline and a good showcase of football for Grozile. And we have to folks now. So let's stay tuned. We're going to be coming back to the next encounter. We're going to take a break right now where we're going to take it next. The Veer for Derby, Veer for South.
Before we go to the break, man of the match, Troy Greenwich.
Troy Greenwich, by far. By far.